hang out with us, get your tickets at longbeachstate.com, and we're very much looking forward to a week from Friday at the Walter Pyramid.
Matt, you're related to a lawyer or two, aren't you?
Yeah, my older brother. He took all the money. He went to Ivy League, and he's a big-time lawyer now. Bastard.
I'm not upset, as Matt is, about my sister being a lawyer. She also teaches dance, and my brother-in-law being a lawyer. But the most important lawyer in our lives, or the most important lawyering, we should say, in our lives, is done by the one and only dense beard of justice, Sweet James Bergener, at 800-881-2021. Somebody owes you money, or a dog has bitten your balls, or a car accident, or anything like that. Sweet James going to go to work for you. The reason we call him Sweet, because he loves our listeners and he cares about it. And Sweet James Bergener of Bergener Associates is our one and only legal eagle. The Petros and Money Show on AM 570 KLAC. There's some legal stuff to discuss in the sports world, sure, right? You got Adrian Peterson and Jameis Winston, the heckle and jekyll of the world of those wacky guys, always being accused of things.
I think we can do this weekly with that pair.
Yeah, accused of things that are awful. So to discuss such awful things, the dense beard of justice is here.
Order in the court. Order in the court. It's time for Justice with Sweet James.
Never knew you were so mad that the brother went to law school. You've been very successful, Matt.
Yeah.
There's no reason for
Took
you
all the money, man. Could have gone to Air Force Academy, not pay a dime, but no, I had to go to Penn. $22,000 a year for a family that had a father that was a janitor, a mother that did billing at the local hospital. $22,000 a year. 4 years later, when his younger brother was ready to go to school, guess who had to take out $100,000 in loans for his undergraduate work? Yep, that's right. Thanks a lot, Kev.
Wow.
Thanks a lot.
That's really snarky.
Yeah. It was only 20 years ago. I haven't carried a grudge at all.
You've done fine.
I have. But hey, man, and there was a kitty for 3 boys, and it all went to the first one because he had some fancy SAT score and admittance to University of Pennsylvania.
Wouldn't that be an issue that you could take up with your parents? I mean, wouldn't that kind of be everybody's problem?
I guess I understand where they were coming from, P. You know, the young man earned it, and that's what he wanted, so they wanted to deliver for him.
Yeah.
And, he got it.
What's years of bitterness?
That's all.
Water under the bridge, right?
That's it. I'm fine with it, as you can tell.
Absolutely.
Totally fine.
Wonderful. You didn't have to go to Pepperdine. You know, you could have gone to it.
I could have.
I'm just
right
saying.
About that?
I mean,
I could have gone to U of I.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been cool. All right, look. Joining us right now, a guy that went to Utah. That's right. The Fighting Utes of Utah.
Utah.
Does he know much about Ute football? No. He tries to act polite when I say, hey, how about that Nate Orchard? He goes, yeah, that Nate Orchard. Foosball. But he is a wonderful man, and he's our dear friend. Sweet James, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Oh, we
Doing
are
great.
Fabulous, ready to talk about the law. Matt is
I'm doing great, James.
Matt's doing well. Do you have any did you take all the money from one of your siblings, Sweet James?
I did not, although I worked with Matt's brother on a case. But Matt, I got to tell you, you and Petros have the best show in America. And you've got the golden voice.
So it all worked out, yeah. But see, and you got to work with my
out.
brother, so you know what I'm dealing with here, James.
Is he a bad guy,
I know
James?
what you're dealing with. Yeah.
What is he
no,
like?
He's good. He's good.
Yep.
He's kind of like Money, just a little different.
Yeah, Mac Smith, M-A-C-K, Mac Smith, and I've met him too. He seems like a lovely gent. I don't understand all this thing. I don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah.
It just hit me right upside the head. Wow, like a
Yeah,
seagull.
no, Money's got nothing to be ashamed of.
That's what
Nothing
I'm
I
saying,
appreciate it,
Sweet
James.
James. I mean, wow, what this has become.
Middle child syndrome, man.
We're here to talk
There it
about the
is.
law.
Here it is on display.
At least you didn't
Be
have
in
to,
the middle.
At least you had to sit on your brother's back while he did calf raises all night. All right, that's my problem. James, let's talk about Adrian Peterson. What is the latest? He's got a grievance hearing set for reinstatement on Monday with the NFL.
He sure does.
And
Yes.
how do you expect that to play out?
I'm going to tell you what's going to happen.
All right.
He's going to be allowed to play again. And I'll tell you why.
Why?
I'll tell you why. The key lies here in the arbitrator. The arbitrator is Shyam Daz. Now, you might not know who that guy is, but I'm going to tell you who he is.
We would like to know.
He's the guy who overturned Ryan Braun's suspension in the Major League Baseball.
Oh,
Did
when
you
he
know
did that poor urine carrier dirty.
Yes, he also reduced John Rocker's suspension. He also had turned over a lot of Major League Baseball CLIC decisions, and as a result, he got fired a few years ago. But he's actually pretty fair, and he's kind of pro player. He's going to let Adrian play. Adrian has no criminal charges against him right now, so there's no reason not to let him play.
Now, you mentioned the arbitrator, Shyam Das. He's going to be presiding over this. He basically is saying, I don't care if I'm getting paid. I don't care if I can cash my checks. They're not fining me any money.
Yeah.
I want to put on a football uniform and play football. Is that something that the union can really file a grievance against? Can't the team just say, hey, cash your checks. We don't want you on the sideline?
Well, you've got the player here who wants to play, who almost broke the single-season rushing record. He wants to play. He has the right to request to play. He has no criminal charges against him. He's sitting on the sideline. Sure, he can cash his checks, but the guy wants to play, and they're going to let him.
You think anybody in the NFL will want him, Matt?
Well, I mean, if the Vikings are going to have him play, you got their title sponsor, Radisson, that already yanked their, they pulled their name off that back banner whenever they do their press conferences because of Adrian Peterson. I don't know if that means we're going to see Radisson reappear, if more sponsors are going to be upset in Minnesota and they're going to pull their support. I assume that's kind of what the Vikings are dealing with, right, James? This is not about Adrian Peterson and playing football. This is about public opinion and whether or not they win or lose by putting them back on that football field.
That is correct. That's about money for that Vikings organization. Yeah. Here they have a star athlete who did something heinous, who did something horrible, and now they have to make that decision. Do they let him back up on the field? And here's a guy who had a sterling image. I mean, he was on the Wheaties box. I mean, we have Adrian Peterson. He was a hero to many, and then, of course, these allegations and these pictures came out that are just horrible. Now what do you do? Now what do you do as the Vikings? Unfortunately, I can't answer that question, but as far as NFL, the arbitrator is going to let him play. And then Goodell has a decision at that point. Is he going to abide by that arbitrator's decision, or is he going to step in?
James, let's shift to the college ranks and an attorney that has come under fire but is not backing down. Jameis Winston's attorney, David Cornwell, has a Twitter feed, and he tweeted on November 4th at 7:08 p.m. That Florida State gave Winston's accuser 20 months to file a complaint, and now they need to prepare for a disciplinary hearing on the 17th. And he also included the name of Winston's accuser. That is a big no-no. It is. I can't remember. You probably know the name of the act. It's the Victims Prevention or something like that. Did he violate that? Did he do something legally wrong when he put her name in that tweet?
Because the state district attorney declined to press charges against Jameson, he is in kind of a gray area right now. I don't think that he defied the letter of the law. I certainly think he defied the spirit of the law. It's a bit tacky, a bit classless, and unnecessary.
So legally, okay. He's a jackass. He's a jerk for doing it.
That's exactly right. Yeah. He's a jackass. It's just classless. It is.
Have you ever felt the need, Sweet James, to use Twitter in any of your cases? Because you are at Sweet James on Twitter.
Never. I don't think we've ever used Twitter on any of our cases.
Like, hey, I really don't like this opposing counsel, so I'm going to tweet out something snarky about him or something that's mean, or maybe like a compromising photo.
No, and unfortunately, like 90% of the guys I go up against are a bunch of jackasses too. But no, we've never besmirched anybody on Twitter.
That's why he's Sweet James, the best of the best, and we love him. This segment is gaining momentum. Sweet James Bergener, our legal eagle. Sweet James on the law, not Bill Handel, but Sweet James, who also advertises on KFI. Closing in on Handel, he feels those beard follicles all around him. Thank you so much for joining us, James, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thank you so much, Petros and Money.
1-800-881-2021, sweetjames.com.
AM 570 KLAC. Online at am570radio.com.